what are your views on mental health outside of where you work?
As
a community, let's just speak on what's going on in the world right now.
I feel like a lot of people right now, like, our mental health is, like, not doing so good.
Okay, give me examples.
Like I said, like, after we were talking earlier, like, that balance of, like, I know I'm not alone, like, in that balance of, like, trying to, like, go back to living your regular life, but also being worried about catching COVID, and also, like, the demographic of kids I work with. Like, I really worry about, like, getting sick, like, with anything, really, and, like, passing it on to one of my kids, because they might have other health issues that could cause that to be a real issue. So, like,
guilt you were describing earlier, and being able to take trips and live your life.
Yeah. And so, like, trying to just, like, get back to, like, regular life and, like, living, and, like I was, like, for a long, like, I went all 2020 without linking anybody. I linked the same 6 people. Like, the same 6 people. Like, I didn't, and I just started, like, seeing other people in, like, 2021 and, like, going out, like, so. But, even with that, like, I'm not at every function. I'm, like, very careful about, like, the ones I go to. And especially, like, I go to ones, like, the ones where the people I know, for the most part, I know they're gonna be there and be around, because I know that we are all, like, practicing as much as we can, like, trying to find that balance of being safe and still living our life.
I've been staying out the way.
Yeah, I was like, it's real hard trying to find that balance, because every time you look up, it's some type of other variant, and so, so it's a lot, and so, like, I'm just, like, trying to find that balance of, like, that work-life balance, which is kind of hard to do.
Okay.
Because I work a pretty, like, the job is kind of demanding, like, and so, like, I can get off work and be, like, really tired. I work 6 days a week also, so me finding that time.
6 days a week.
Yeah.
What is that day like? Like, tell me about the day off. Is that a chore day? Do you have groceries delivered to the house?
I do Instacart a lot now, because who has time to go to the store? Not me. Sometimes I run to the store after work, because near one of my clients is a Trader Joe's, so if you were talking, so I might run there.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we Instacart, or, like, my day off, alright, so you say, what is my day off? Like, it's Sunday, because normally I get off at, like, 3 o'clock on Saturday, and then I go home and I sleep, and so I might wake up in time enough to do something, might not. So, then on Sunday, I might wake up kind of late. Like, I'm a sleeper inner. I might wake up. So I've been trying to wake up earlier, because I don't have that many hours to myself. So I'm trying to, like, wake up earlier. So I might get up. Depends. Like, some days I might not do anything. Or, like you said, like, might just do laundry or, like, stuff around the house. Or, like, because it is my only day off, sometimes I might, like, go out to eat or brunch. Or if there's something to do that day, I might try to do that. Because on Mondays, I don't work super early in the morning, so it's not that bad. Like, luckily on Mondays, I got to fix my schedule that on Mondays, I don't have to get up, like, super early in the morning. I sleep fairly late, on Mondays, so I don't. If I do go out on a Sunday night, it's not terrible going to work on Monday, because I don't have to get up early in the morning.
Okay. Do you have a self-care routine?
No. No, I'm, like I take care of everybody else. I take care of 3 kids, and I'm not that good at taking care of myself. But I'm really working on it. I used to, like, be able to. I used to, like, have a membership at a spa. Shout out Georgetown Allure if you're looking for one. But I had to cancel it because I didn't have time to go. And so I was, like, paying for it, but I was never going. And so I ended up having to cancel it. I'm trying to find time to, like, reinstate that. So I just go get, like, facials, and, like, if, like, I know Georgetown Allure, you pay $150 a month, and you can pick any service plus an add-on, like, anything. You get a massage, a facial, anything. Just, like, $150 a month, though. And, like, most of the time, these services cost, like, $200 plus, so I felt like it was, like, pretty cool. And because I've been paying for it for monthly, and I hadn't been going, like, I had stacked up, like, 4 services, so I ended up, like, spacing those out. But I haven't just,
so you had a schedule prior to everything that happened, where you had, like, something once a week?
Yeah. No, I used to go once every 2 weeks to go get a facial. Because, like, I used to do, it's like you get one a month, but because, like, I didn't always go, like, I had a few of them combined. I used to go, like, maybe, like, once every 2 weeks. But I think you can, like, pay for an extra service, and it wouldn't be, like, the same amount as if you pay for it by yourself if you're a member. Yeah. So it was cool.
You planned for these?
Yeah, I would plan those in advance. Also, like, I'm really, like, big on getting my nails done, so that's my me time.
Yeah, look good, feel good.
Yep. So I'm really big on getting my nails done. That's my me time. So I will cancel whatever to go get my nails done. I don't play. I don't play. I need to get my nails done. So
Miss Beth's gonna get what she gonna get.
I need it. But I'm working on a self-care plan, really. Like, I was talking to, like, my one of my friends about, like, waking up and, like, starting to, like, do yoga and stretching because I can feel, like, my work in my body. Because I'm, like, doing, like, one of my kids has gross motor. Like, so, like, running or, like, jumping or walking, that's gross motor. Fine motor is anything you do with your hands, like writing or picking things up. One of my kids has a lot of gross motor issues, and so, like, I have to do a lot with my body to help them.
High energy.
Yeah. Like, I gotta do, like, I gotta help them walk and go to the potty, and, like, they're not small. They are a little big. So, like, it's like I'm lifting, like, 60 pounds every day, like, multiple times a day.
They may be 3 in the head, but 8 years old in the body.
Very much so.
Yeah.
So, heavy. So, you gotta, take it, like, I was like, I'm trying to learn how to, like, take care of myself and make sure I, like, figure out the best times to, like, do stuff for me, because I have 3 clients now, so.
Yeah, what kind of load is that for someone like you in your position? Is that considered a heavy load, a light load? So, like, how much time?
Like, before COVID, it was, like, normal. Like, you would have 2 to 3 kids.
Yeah.
It's normal. But since COVID, like, most people have, like, 1 or 2. I have 3.
So how many hours per week is that?
If I work them all, I work about 32, 34 hours a week. So pushing 40, but not quite 40. I was like, because I couldn't do 40. I was like, I can't do 40.
Emotionally speaking, does that take a toll?
Yes. Because, like, you spend a lot. I feel like especially if you're not feeling like yourself already, like, I spend, like, all of my happy chemicals on my kids. Because, like, if I wake up sad, but I can't go to work sad, so I gotta find all the serotonin and all the dopamine and use it on my kids. And then I might come home and not feel so great, but at least my kids were okay.
After a long day like that, how do you refill on yourself? Like, is there, like, a daytime show you're like, all right, let me get the tea?
Oh, yeah. No, we watch Ratchet TV. I don't know if y'all got Zeus. But y'all should be watching Chance's show, man. We gotta watch that Ratchet TV. Or, like, I was on social media. I think somebody texted me and was like, you need to stay off social media. I was like, I literally don't do anything but work until I get off.
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna be habitually sending you tweets that I find funny, I need you to deal with it, because this is my fun time right now. This is all I got. This is all I got.
We in this together.
Between 7 and 11, that's all I got. That's all I got. Because I'm back at work tomorrow, and I don't like to get up and, like, do stuff before I have to work, because I like to have all of that energy, because you never know what kind of day you're gonna have. So,
what's your wake up routine?
Some days when I'm, like, feeling pretty good. Well, no, this is every day now because I have a dog. So,
okay. All right, shout out to the pup. You want to say the pup's name?
His name is Bentley. He's not a puppy. He's an old man.
He's an old man. Okay, Bentley's old.
He'll be 11 in February. He's old.
Oh, Bentley's old. Yeah.
But because, like, now I have him, I've had him for, like, my dad used to have him, but I have him now, so I've had him for, like, 3 months. So now, like, my wake up routine is, like, he cries at, like, 7 a.m. to go pee.
Bentley is set. He is in his ways.
Yeah, he's 10. So he cries at, like, 7 a.m. to go pee, so I gotta get up and take him outside. And then I might come in, and depending on how sleepy I am, I might be able to go back to sleep and then get back up, like, around 10 and, like, get in the shower and, like, get dressed for work. Maybe eat something if I ain't been BSing. Sometimes I be BSing. Sometimes, you know, you wake up and you know if you get up right now, you have enough time to do all the things that you want to do.
Yeah.
But I want to stay right here until that last second. So sometimes that's me in the morning. Like, I wake up and lay in the bed till I'm late. But, so I just, like, walk my dog, get in the shower, get dressed, call an Uber, or walk to the station.
Okay, shout out to Uber. Uber be holding us down. Uber be holding us down.
They be taxing us, too.
Ooh, yeah, you know,
They be taxing us,
I had to give it a break. I
started catching the train. I catch the train now sometimes. I was like, all right, y'all wildin'.
I'm like, you know what?
I told my dad to teach me to drive. Yeah. I was like, all right, Dad, it's time to teach me how to drive.
Also, if you wanted suggestions on folks that you can do yoga with, my friend Jasmine, she's starting a platform called Saving Space for You. It's a really good platform. I put her in my IG store if you want to check that out. I had to take the phone out because I was like, I gotta remember this platform. Yeah, she's been practicing yoga for a little bit under 9 years. She's done an amazing job. She does work between Virginia, DC, and a couple other places. So just keep that in mind. Like, you have options. I have folks for
I was like, I need to. Also, I was like, I know you, like, know a few therapists. I could use one.
Yeah.
My anxiety is trash.
I have some beautiful therapists you can work with. After this whole thing is done, I got you. I'll shout them out, some other time, but I got you off camera.
Like, my anxiety has to go. I was like, it's gotten worse since I've gotten older. I don't know if anybody's experienced that either, but like, my anxiety has gotten way worse since I've gotten older.
It's not fun. It's I think the way that everyone copes is different. So right now, because I'm creating so much content for next year, that's why I'm shooting everything now. I just spend less time with people because I don't want folks to be exposed to an edgy version of who I am. It's like, nah, you're just doing a lot of things. So if you're doing a lot of things in one area, be careful in the other area. That's how I handle myself. It's not the same for everybody else.
Yeah, that's how I know I was getting burnt out, because everything was getting on my nerves.
And like, why am I this angry?
I'm pissed. Like, I'm livid. Like, somebody didn't rinse the toothpaste out the sink. I'm livid. And I was like, it's not that deep. Like, or I came home and ain't no more juice. I'm pissed. Like, but it's not that deep. It was something else. Like, I was like,
behind you, I have a bunch of juice. It's tough because juice got juice. Okay.
Yeah.
On God, no cap.
But it was like the little things, how you know, like when you feel like you're getting burnt out, like the little things just start to irk your nerves.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, I was getting into a lot of like petty arguments with my dad, and I was like, it's not. I was like, this is not me.
You just need more outlets. And I mean, it's not that simple. Like, therapists, I think a lot of folks, when it comes to therapy, they're like, therapists are the solution. No, they're a way towards the solution.
Yeah, you gotta do some work yourself.
Therapy is for understanding, and they'll give you the tools, and you choose to, use those tools or not give a fuck. Whichever one comes first. It's just, we all got options. You know what I'm saying? So, that's it. But I got you.
I was like, I'm one of the kind of people who gives out really good advice and looks out for everybody and stuff, and then go in my room and it's like, all right.
Crying to a pillow. Screaming to some covers.
Now I'm just gonna
maybe put on some fuzzy socks. Covers are nice.
I don't do anything. I don't know.
I gotta wash my covers after this. They smell like me.
I was like,
they're cozy though. They're cozy. They're heavy joints. When you're a big dude, you got the heavy covers. Covers are real. All right, it's very necessary. But okay. So before we wrap this up, what brought you into the mental health field?
Because as a kid, I didn't feel always super supported, and so when I started working with kids and stuff like that, I was I always want to be that person they feel supported by. So I'm pretty sure a lot of my kids probably gonna remember me as that teacher when they grow up. I gave all my kids nicknames and everything. I'm pretty sure they take them with them. So I'm like I said, when I'm a hands-on therapist, a hands-on teacher, I'm really active in my kids' lives. When your kid is with me, I'm their mom, low key. They gonna be safe, and ain't nobody gonna play with them.
Know who they are.
And they know. When they with me, they safe, and I ain't gonna let nobody play with them. I'm full mama bear mode when I have any of y'all children. Period.
Yeah. When it comes to other folks within your field, have there ever been moments when you say to yourself, "Hey, I should correct that person on this because this is important"?
Yeah. I do. Also, when I had a client and then I ended up, we were to split some hours between me and client and another therapist, I literally wrote her a whole, log of, he does this behaviors, he does this, they do this, they want this, I literally, I don't know about anybody else, but we personally keep a spiral notebook where every day I go to my session, I write down everything we do.
Okay.
So, my job ever try to cover me, I got it written down. I keep my paperwork, period. So, and also, if I get another, I said, I share a kid with another therapist. And so, if they have never, say they're new to the company or they haven't had a kid like this on their caseload, I literally have a play-by-play book of this kid for you. You can have this. I always want to support also my fellow therapists like that. If I can, I've used pictures. I've drawn, this is how his body should be positioned when you're doing this activity type thing, and sent it, or I've recorded videos while I'm working that session, and hey, this is what we did, so everything is the same across the board. This is how you do this with him, this is what this looks like, this is what this looks like, so everything's the same. I'm very big on supporting other therapists so that we're giving the same amount of therapy.
Okay.
Now what they do when I'm not there, I don't know.
What's the importance of your therapy community, the folks that you work with and the people that you learn from?
This job was important to me anyway, because even though the trainings taught me how to like deal with like people on the spectrum, that demographic. It also taught me like things about myself and how to deal with the people in my life. Like I grew up a lot working for this company. Like I grew up a lot. Like there was a lot of things like I didn't know or things like that, and I learned by working with these people at the company that I worked with and like being cool with these people. Like I learned like we did trainings on like teaching kids emotional regulation, so I learned how to do emotional regulation because I didn't always really good at communicating. Like I'm literally teaching kids how to communicate their feelings, and I'm not good at it. So I'm literally learning myself like how I can teach these kids how to do this. Like, but at the same time, I'm taking that and then like using it in my real life.
So would this count as emotional intelligence?
What do you mean?
In terms of teaching kids how to recognize and express.
Yeah, definitely teaching them emotional intelligence.
Okay.
And also like I said, their own personal emotional regulation.
Mm-hmm.
Like I teach kids like how to like calm down and things like that. Like I say, communicate like if you need a break because you are upset, or tell me you're mad or anything like that. So I also like if I'm teaching kids how to do that, and I'm like actively watching trainings on how to teach kids how to do that, I'm also learning how to do that because that's something I didn't know how to do myself.
Okay.
Like I was like, I can't teach kids how to advocate, and I don't know how to advocate. I was learning how to advocate.
You know we call that, right?
I also learned to be way more patient.
Okay.
Because in the job, you have to be patient. Nothing's tomorrow. Like, you're not going to bring a goal to a kid and he's going to be fine tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes that might happen.
Mm-hmm.
But not all the time. Sometimes some goals might take months to learn. So I just learned to be patient.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
With, like, people in general. I also learned, like, to, like, when I'm having conversations and, like, talking to, like, try to be calmer. Like, if that makes sense. Like, especially if it's, like, because I have to, like, even if I'm upset with my kid, like, they could have smacked the shit out of me today, and I'm pissed. But I can't be mean to them. Like,
yeah.
I can't, like, you know, like, I'm saying, like, if your kid smacked you in the face, you were like, no, I can't do any of that. Like, I have to teach them a replacement behavior, because obviously they're doing that to get a certain need met, and they can't communicate that, so I have to teach them a replacement behavior. So sometimes I get smacked in the face, and I learn, like, in that, like, because I can't get upset, like, I literally have to, like, remain in my body. I learned that, like, being out with people, because sometimes people try you, and because I have these trainings on talking to kids on the spectrum and, like, dealing with certain behaviors, when y'all adults, people start acting stupid, I can just sit there and look at you.
Yeah.
And be able to, like, control myself and, like, think about what I'm going to say before I say it and type things more like that, because I was, like, struggling with that too. Sometimes I still struggle, but I've gotten a lot better with thinking about, like, keeping my cool sometimes, or being able to, like even with my dad, like, I learned a lot how to deal with my dad working this. My dad has a mental illness, and so, like, working this job helped me build a better relationship with my father.
Okay. I never knew that. That's, eye-opening. Let's talk about staying within yourself. You mentioned that, and I feel like that's very important to touch on, and the value of that.
Like, everything don't need a really big reaction. Like, you can get like, I'm teaching kids they can get their needs met without these big reactions. So yeah. I can get my needs met without screaming and hollering. Like, I can have a conversation with you without a really big reaction, because that takes away from what I need. Yeah.
Big reactions was them communicating?
No, like, if they, like, hitting me, or, like, they're throwing things. Like, obviously you want to communicate something to me, but instead of communicating effectively, you were doing all of this. And, like, in all of this, what you actually need is getting lost. Like, what you are trying to communicate to me is getting lost in all of this. So, like, as an adult and having a conversation with somebody and saying I'm upset and now I'm yelling and now I'm screaming, what I'm actually trying to communicate is getting lost in my yelling and screaming. So I learned to, like, even if, like, I was like, sometimes I do mess up, I might get a little angry, I might do a little yelling, but I learned to, like, more times, like, to sit and, like, try to, like, do my own, like, how I teach kids emotional regulation, take a deep breath, or, like, do certain things to myself, and, like, try to, because, like, stay inside my body, because, like, if I start to do big reactions, if I start yelling, if I start screaming, or doing a whole lot of emotional stuff, you're not going to listen to what I'm actually trying to communicate to you, or what I'm telling you that I need. You're not going to listen to that. You're just going to look at all the big stuff that I'm doing, all the yelling I'm doing, all the hand signals I'm doing, all the neck rolling I'm doing, like, all of that extra stuff. You're not really going, you're going to shut down. You're not going to listen to me.
Yeah.
So I learned that, because if with the kids, like, if they did something ineffective and I'm coming at them yelling at them and woo woo, like, they might not what I'm trying to communicate to them is might get lost in my yelling and screaming.
Yeah. That was well put and beautiful. So, where can the folks find you?
Like my Instagram stuff?
Yeah.
On my Instagram handles.
Well, did you want people to find you?
I mean, you can.
Mm-hmm.
My Instagram is private though.
Mm.
But hey, Twitter though is Twitter. On my social media is Ashiee Tashi. These are my personals. These are not my business things. So if you see some stuff on there, these are my personal accounts.
Yeah, mind your business.
Like, don't be trying to find out where I work at and get me doxxed, okay?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Do you want to spell it out for them?
It's ASHIETOSHI. Easy.
Okay. And before we wrap this up, what's one thing that you think needs to change society-wise? That would be like a good, hey, keep this in mind.
Like I said, like we really need to teach, like even from children, that like people are different. Even if they look like you, they might be different from you. So do not assume that everybody is the same. You can't treat everybody the same. Like, people are different, and it's okay to be different. Like, it's okay. Like, just like how people's skin color are different, everybody's brain works different, your heart might beat different, your lungs might work different, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not fair to assume that. And then, like, if somebody is different from you, it's not something wrong with them. They're just different. Like, it's not okay, like, what's wrong with them? Or that's wrong. It's not wrong. It's just different from what you normally do.
Okay, all right. Well, I appreciate you for pulling up on me, Ashiee. Thank you for being another one of the episodes from Mental Health Monday.
All right.
Definitely
Also, one more thing.
Okay.
One more thing.
Again.
I did want to come here and say, like, if anybody has a child and like you see some things like they're missing milestones, and or like they say you call their name and they might not respond all the time, or you see that when you try to get them to play with other kids, they might not play with other kids, please take your child to get evaluated. Please do not wait. Like, don't let a pediatrician tell you your child's fine. Just like, if you feel strongly in your heart that your kid is missing something, like, or a puzzle piece is missing, or a milestone is missing, they're not doing something that you feel like they should do, please get your child evaluated, because early intervention is key. Like, the earlier you get your kid in and they get therapy and things like that, the easier things will be, like, honestly. So early intervention is key. Please, if you feel like anything is wrong, like if you feel like the smallest thing, just take your child to get evaluated.
Yeah, so time is key.
Yes, early intervention is key.
Are there places you could suggest for folks in the DMV area to go to?
That's like your primary care doctor,
okay,
honestly.
So
yeah.
blatant.
Yeah, you can just go to your doctor and, like, my kid's not, if I call Tony and he doesn't turn around, and sometimes I put him next to his brother to play and he doesn't even look at his brother, or he's 3 and he's not talking, and you know what I'm saying, go to your doctor and be like, I would like to get my child evaluated for autism or Asperger's or anything on it. Like, I want to get my child evaluated for taking everything on the spectrum. Like, you want to know. Like, that's something you want to know, and the earlier you do it, the better.
Hey, well, appreciate you. Thank you. This has been a great episode. Shout out to Ashiee. I don't even know what we're going to name this. I just know, like, you was spitting. That's all I know. Like, yo, she is spitting right now. All right, well, this has been another episode of Mental Health Monday. Thank you guys for coming out. Peace. See you next week.